How's it going, guys? I hope you all had a great 2013, the year turning over and all. Whether you went out and partied or whether you stayed at home and did whatever, I ended up streaming. My party got canceled, but that's all in hindsight right now. Anyways, I got an RU match here for you today. It's against Kaneziken, and if you look at his team, he's got two big threats just chilling right there in the center. He's got the Slacking, and if that thing is choice banded, even though it can only attack every other turn, that thing is going to hit like a truck. And Archeops, as long as I can get it down into defeatist range, I shouldn't have too big of a problem handling it. So my main priority right now is to get up Stealth Rocks, that way I can already get, Archeops halfway into defeatist range. So I'm going to choose to lead out with my Drudigon, which is my Stealth Rock setter, as he is going to choose to lead out with his Nidoqueen. And right off the bat, even if he was an offensive set, I knew I could take at least one Ice Beam, but I was actually expecting him to be more defensive and maybe want to get up Stealth Rocks or Toxic Spikes, something of the sort. So, expecting that, I just went for my Rocks first turn. And I know me switching here is pretty obvious going into my my Magneton or my Cryogonal, but I figured my Cryogonal would be able to take the Fire Blast better if he went for it. Now he misses the first one, and he does hit the second one, and as you're about to see from this damage, it's looking might have been a 2-hit KO depending on damage rolls, so that miss might have mattered, but this next turn definitely mattered. I go for the Ice Beam here, get a crit, totally mattered, would not have been able to one-shot that thing without the crit. So his Nidoqueen does end up going down, and I believe this turn he decides to bring in the big threat. He brings in his Archeops, and again, I didn't really know what he wanted to do. I didn't know what kind of set this was, whether this was a physical one or maybe a special one. I don't know if there is a special set. So I switch into my Drudigon here, kind of to figure it out. He goes for Stone Edge there. He misses. Again, not sure how much that mattered, just because I am physically defensive. But I do know it would have mattered here because he would have not had to waste his Flying Gem, and he definitely would have been able to save that for later. But he's going to go for the Flying Gem, boosted Acrobatics, hit my Drudigon, take a little bit of Rough Skin damage, and I'm going to go down to it. Now here, I'm going to send in my Scyther, and it might seem a little weird, but this is a Choice Scarf Scyther, and I honestly just wanted to U-turn so I could get it into defeatist range. That way I would have an easier time taking hits from it, and figuring he would most likely just want to go for the Stone Edge because he's not in a place to start over-predicting. I'm going to bring in my Magneton to take that, and as you're about to see, this is almost going to do nothing to me. So, figured here, I would just kind of scout around for Earthquake, so I'm going to double into my, my Slowking here. This is a more offensive-based Slowking, but even then, it still takes this Earthquake pretty well. And, I figured I would just be able to go for a Scald here to finish him off. He's going to choose to go for the Acrobatics, and even in defeatist range, that still does quite a bit. I understand that when you don't have an item, Acrobatics is at full power, but still, that did more than I thought it would, to be honest. Anyways, go for a Scald here, take him out, and now he just brings in the biggest, scariest thing on his team, which is his Slacking, and this thing is terrifying. I mean, I understand it hits every other turn, like I said, but I think it's got like a base 160 attack power, or 150. It's nothing to shy at. So, I'm gonna go into my Magneton here. I was so tempted to stay in with my Slowking because the switch was so obvious, but I did it anyways. He ended up predicting me. He goes for the Brick Break, easily able to take me out. And I literally have nothing on my team anymore to take a Giga Impact from this thing. So, I'm going to go out into my Typhlosion here. I am a Choice Specs Typhlosion, and I actually missabbed this thing where Fire Blast should be. It has Fire Fang, and you'll kind of see where that might have mattered later. But anyways, like I said before, I'm Choice Specs, I'm at full HP, which means this Eruption is going to leave a dent in this Dusknoir, almost one-shotting it, which is kind of impressive. But anyways, I do know that these things tend to carry Shadow Sneak, and because I don't have Fire Blast, I need to keep this thing around just a little bit longer. And so I'm gonna go into my Scyther here, because honestly, it's kind of the best thing I had for this, just because, Cryogonal won't want to take a physical hit for its life. Slowking does get hit with super effective damage, and like I said before, it is a more offensive-based Slowking. So here, I think I just went for the Aerial Ace, as he's gonna bring in his Quillfish, and Quillfish, generally being a physical wall, is gonna take this very well. In hindsight, I probably should have gone for the U-turn, but hindsight is hindsight yet again. So anyways, obviously, because I'm intimidated and Aerial Ace is doing nothing, I'm going to opt to switch out. I'm going to go into my Slowking here as he sets up his first layer of Toxic Spikes. Now, this is where not having Fire Blast kind of comes into play, because I need to spin those spikes away. If not, then my Eruption will start getting weaker and weaker every turn on my Typhlosion, because right now, I'm kind of banking on my Typhlosion to, pick up the slack and be able to win me out of this match. Anyways, I'm just going to go for a Side Strike here because I obviously want to get rid of the Quillfish. I don't want it setting up spikes or toxic spikes. But he makes the good play here. He switches out into his Dusknoir as a fodder just to kind of, you know, figure out what kind of Slowking I am, I guess. If not, get a safe switch into the big threat that is Slacking. And again, I have nothing to take a Giga Impact from this thing whatsoever. So he's going to go for the Giga Impact here. Even though I am at max full HP, I should say, I just get annihilated by that. Good lord, this thing is so powerful. So, I have to bring in my Cryogonal. I have to get rid of the Toxic Spikes. So, because Giga Impact is a recharge move, I know I can safely bring this thing in, Rapid Spin off, and I just leave it in as fodder because I have, again, nothing to take a Giga Impact. And with this thing's monster attack power and Cryogonal's almost non-existent defenses, you know, he'll easily be able to clean me out there. And now this is it. All I've got is my Choice Specs type Phozon. And I know Slacking's special defenses are weaker, so, you know, gonna go for the Eruption here. Lock myself into that. And I will be able to take down this monstrous threat. So, yeah, what could have been a pretty bad situation, you know, obviously able to patch it up. Anyways, now he brings in the Quillfish, and I was actually kind of surprised about this because I understand Quillfish does not have the best special defenses, but still, this is a resisted hits. But then again, I am Specs, so maybe I shouldn't be. But anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that Eruption actually kills, and I was very surprised about that. But at this point, all he has left is his Rotom Cut. I was actually expecting this thing to be Scarf judged by looking at his team, but obviously we find out here that it is not. So, I will be able to go for the Eruption, and that is going to win me the game. So, yeah, that's going to be that. Good game, Kaneziken. I will be leaving his channel link down in the description. Also, something I forgot to mention at the beginning of this battle, this team was given to me by my boy Manchain, so big shout out to him. I really like this team a lot. Also, shout outs to my boy Mac, because I wasn't going to upload today, and he was bored. So, I told him I would upload for him. But anyways, I think that's all, guys. Oh, one more thing. I have a really long but really good OU match with a team that actually my friend Mac gave me. So I'm gonna record that, and it'll probably be in your sub boxes Monday or Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that. But anyways, I'm done here for today, guys. I will see you guys later. See ya.